Hi, I'm Lauren. Last time we discussed y'all stories and how y'all were feeling. First off, I want to start by what were your thoughts on your way to this meeting about like your trust and just anything you would like to share at this moment, Melissa?
Um, Mine was feeling a little scared, still just sharing more about my feelings and my story. But then again, the last time it kind of helped me, you know, feel that I'm not the only one dealing with these issues and everybody's a little similar. So I felt a little more comfortable, but
Okay.
not there all the way yet.
So you're feeling a little bit scared, but you're understanding like you're not the only one going through this experience.
Yes, because everybody's somewhat feeling the way I am a little bit. So.
Jordan?
Um, I don't know. Just thinking about having to be here and that sort of thing. Nothing really in particular. Just,
Do you feel like it's more helping you to be here, or is it just like
yeah, I mean, to be able to talk about it, I guess. You know.
Okay. Margot, how do you feel? What was your thoughts today?
I'm just glad to be part of a group to express my feelings and not to keep it all inside because um, I think it's dangerous not just holding just everything building up.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me I feel a little better that I can share my feelings.
So you feel like this group session is helping you out, and you're starting to trust the people with this inside this group.
Yes, a little bit more, not totally.
Okay.
I'm beginning not to blame my cousin's wife so much. Yeah.
And you feel like that was the main reason, like it's all her fault.
Yeah.
Okay. What I want to do now is go. There's like people grieve at different stages, and y'all might all be at the same grieving point, or y'all might be different points of grief. So I've got these little cards, and I'm gonna pass them out. Here you go, Jordan. Thank you. Mario, sorry. Here you go, Lisa. And there's 5 stages of grief. Oh yeah, I have little something back. The first stage of grief is denial, and this is when the world becomes meaningless and overwhelming in life and makes no sense. We're in a state of shock and denial, and sometimes we feel like we go numb and like there's no hope. The second one is like anger. We're still in the stage of the healing process. Be willing to feel free your anger, even though it may seem endless, that it's never going to go away. The more you truly feel, the more it'll begin to despite and be more you'll heal the anger and it has no limits. Anger, you can go on forever and you feel like it's your fault. The third is bargaining. Before loss, it seems like you will do anything if your loved one is spared. So you feel like, say, if with your friend that only if I did this can I take my pain, trade spots with her. 4, depression. Empty feelings present themselves, and grief enters our lives in deeper levels. Feels like it will last forever. Depression is not a mental illness. It can eventually go away. And then the last stage of grief is acceptance. This is a stage is about accepting the reality that our loved one is physically gone and recognizing that this new ability is permanent and reality. Do y'all have any questions? Do I need to explain the 5 stages? Did y'all understand what I was talking about? Okay. Now I want to go through and ask, what stage do you feel like you're at on the stages of grief?
I feel like I'm in number 2, anger.
Okay. Why do you feel like you're a 2 on anger? 2.
Because after we graduated, we kind of steered away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so angry because if I'd only been around more and not steered away from her and, worried about my own family and realized what she was going through, she would still be here to this day.
Jordan, what stage do you feel like you're at of grief?
Probably depression. sometimes I feel like can't even tell the difference between what's real and what's not. Just focus so much on, you know, the loss, and it's nice to see that this says it's not a mental illness, because sometimes I think I'm crazy.
So you feel like you're crazy, and you still feel like it's your fault for the loss. Okay. Margot, what stage of grief do you feel like you're at?
Bargaining, third stage, because I have questions like if only or what if, because if, what if I spent more time with my grandmother, and things have been any different, most likely not. It would make a difference when I was younger or whatever, or I could have. So, and just been there for her, and before she got sick, because she can't do anything.
Right.
She moved away, so it was out of my control physically. I wish I could had a special bond with different family members, and wonder if I could make a difference of how they feel about each other.
So you feel like this is something you can work on with your family members, even though your grandma has passed away?
Yeah.
Lisa, what stage of grief do you feel like you're at?
I think I'm in the acceptance.
Why do you think you're at the acceptance stage?
I mean, I know that no matter what, he's not going to come back. There's nothing that's going to bring him back. I mean, even if the death was investigated, the only peace we would have is knowing that, either it was suicide or it did come back as that his wife did have something to do with his murder or his death. But
so, do you feel like you'd rather not know if it was?
I don't think he would want us to know.
So you'd rather just leave it like that? Okay. So Melissa, why, on a scale of 1 to 10, what does anger look like to you?
Probably about 5.
5. Why does it look like a 5? Or what makes it look like a 5?
Because I'm still dealing with a lot of anger, but then again, I've come to terms that, like I shared earlier, that I'm not the only one that goes to this, and I've learned to try to let go a little bit, and hopefully with this group, right now, it's helping me. So that's why I feel like that.
What would a 1 look like to you? Because you said you're a 5. So what would a 1 look like?
Me being so angry and hatred towards everyone, and not opening up, sharing, and just keeping myself up.
Okay. How about a 10? 10 being the highest. What would a 10 look like for you?
Getting past the anger and learning that I can't have anger anymore. What has happened's happened, and I can't bring her back, but just remember all the good times that we had together, and that she was my friend, still always will be.
Okay. Jordan, same question. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you feel like where you're at with your depression?
I'm probably like a 7 or 8.
Okay, and why do you see yourself as a 7 or 8?
I don't know. There's some days whenever I just don't want to get out of bed, and some days it's all I can think about. Feels like it's never ever gonna end.
What would a 10 look like for you with depression?
Well, I feel like I was a 10 at one point, but just I cried a lot there at the beginning, and just constantly thinking about it and can't even make myself smile.
Do you feel like you'll ever be able to be a 10, or do you just feel like you're gonna be stuck in the same spot?
I don't know. I feel like I mean, I'm sure all things heal with time.
Margot, same question to you. On a scale 1-10, how does bargaining? What do you see bargaining as for you?
And 10. Well, I guess it's about a 6.
A 6. And what does a 6 look like?
That, you know, a 1 is probably the worst, I guess. And a 6, it would be like I'm coming to terms of understanding that maybe there was something I could do, and maybe there was something maybe not. And there was issues that that happened that I had no control over, wasn't aware of. So I got to stop thinking that if only I did this, that things would be better, because that's not the case, because there's things that aren't beyond my control.
Lisa, on a scale of 1-10, with acceptance, where do you see yourself?
Maybe a 5.
A 5? Why do you see yourself as a 5?
Because I'm not blaming her as much as I did.
You did. What would it look like to be a 7 or a 10 to you?
A 10 would be me accepting the fact that she wasn't the cause or the blame.
I can see that we're coming to a group and we're being more trustworthy and opening up to our ideas of which stages we feel like we're at. For like next week, do you feel like if I give you a homework assignment, give you a journal, just write down how you're feeling and what your strengths are, and we come back next week and we can focus on those?